Thank you, Kika. My name is Janne, and I'm a recovered alcoholic. My day of sobriety is the 2nd of June 2008, and I'm nervous as hell. It's about 9 years ago that I was sharing in English on a meeting. And my heart, when Steve asked me, I said that my heart told me that I should talk about step 10, 11, and 12. And I should try the best I can. And I have also have a discussion with my higher power 2 times here in the afternoon. Step 10 for me is as we say, growth is very important because I have one fear. There's a big fear. It's that I shall lost my spiritual condition because I don't want to go back to the life I had. So I'm doing step 10 several times a day, also for small things. And there was an incident yesterday on my work. I was connecting some air ducts and things like that, and I found out I did some wrongs. It shouldn't be where I have put them. So directly I get angry, and but I didn't do anything about it. And I get home, and I was also on another forum yesterday where we talk about step 11, but I didn't think about this incident. So I did my inventory before I get to bed, and then I lay down, and I'm starting to resentments about this thing that happened. And what happened when you start to resent? My self-confidence get down, and then I get afraid, and I get sleep, but I wake up in the morning, this morning, still angry, still resenting, and I have also fear. What shall they say? What shall they say? And then I get to work, and I start arguing with an electrician and about something else. But I can see the thing from I get angry for the things I have done, and no one else know about it. It was only me. But directly, I fixed the things I had done wrong and made it right. And then I share it with one of my coworkers, and he just laughed and said that, Janne, I've really just done the same. But the thing in this thing is that it's important for me to do it right again. It's important to me to say excuse me for a man I maybe said something bad to directly, because I'm afraid to go back to where I was. Step 10 says in the big book at page 84. This thought brings us up to step 10, which suggests we continue to take personal inventory and continue to set right any new mistakes we go along. We vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned up the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for a lifetime. And the other chapter we have read about the other steps, 4 to 9. It says, next, at once, promptly, waste no time. That is for a lifetime. This shall be as long as I live. Otherwise, I can't keep my I can't be recovered from my alcoholism. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, we ask God at once to remove them. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Love and tolerance of others is our code. How do I keep me in spiritual condition? If I do this words to steps, as I do sometimes, it says, God, please help me. What for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear? When these crop up in me, help me immediately ask you to remove them from me and help me discuss this feeling with someone. Father, help me to quickly make amends if I harm anyone, and help me to certainly turn my thoughts to someone I can't help. Help me to be loving and tolerant of every today. Amen. And after that, the next paragraph is maybe the most beautiful thing in the whole book. It says, and we have ceased fighting anything and anyone, even alcohol. For by this time, sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. If tempted, we recoil from it as from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that this has happened automatically. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We are not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as thought we had been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cookie, nor are we afraid. That is our experience. That is how we react so long we keep in fit of spiritual condition. We heard many people in our meetings today said they're fighting. When I get my sponsor and we get through the steps, I don't think I fight for this. Just get away. And it says down a bit further down, what we really have is a daily reprieve, contingent maintenance of our spiritual condition. Every day is a day when we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. And this two sentence is very important for me. It's there is a connection with the part in step 11 to this for me, and that part I use every morning, and I come back to that a bit later. Uh, when it's difficult, but I go on. In the step 11, where we suggest prayer and meditation, and that was very difficult to me in the start. Not to pray, but the meditation part. My sponsor told me that you shall meditate every day you come home from work. And I tried and I tried, and I think I meditate for about 3 or 4 minutes, then I fall asleep. And I have had to train very much to do this thing really good. And today it's going better. And when I pray, I can pray several times a day, but I always pray when I come home after work, and make a small inventory directly, see if I have been resentful, selfish, or dishonest, or maybe afraid, and it used to come to me, and I have had sometimes that where I what do you say in English? Where I have argued with people in my work. It doesn't happen very often, but it do happen. And why do it not do happen so often? It's because for 6 months ago, nearly, I got a prayer from one of my friends in Karlstad. It said, God, please let every people do with me exactly the same way I done to people today. He said that if I have been angry or pain in the ass with the people today, hopefully some other people shall be the same to me tomorrow. And this have done that I try to be disciplined, lovable, tolerant, and understanding of other people. And I would say it works. Yes, I listened to talk about the inventory in step 11 yesterday, and it says, have I been resentful, selfish, dishonest, afraid? Do I owe apology? Have I kept something to myself which should be discussed with another person at once? Was I kind toward all? Was I living toward all? Loving toward all? Sorry. What could I have done better? Have I been thinking of myself most of the time? As I thinking of what I could do for others? Was I thinking of what I could pack into the stream of life? And then it's go on. We must be careful not to drift in worry, remorse, morbid reflection, for that would diminish the usefulness to others. And sometimes I write it down, and sometimes I keep it in my head. But I can see it. The best thing is to write it down. And when I had my second sponsor, a lady from Denmark, I recovered in Copenhagen, Denmark. I should wrote to him, her every evening, and there was very much no. Has I been resentful? No. Have I been selfish? No. Have I been dishonest? No. But that was not the really. I got a big letter every evening for her that I should do it one more time. For to be honest, in the morning, this is one of the best thing in the book. This says in page 86, second paragraph. On awaking, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity, dishonest, or self-seeking motives. In the beginning, when I have done my steps, I used to get up, go to the toilet. I used to put the kettle on for my coffee, take my clothes on, and take the big book and sit down and read and drink my coffee. But I think my ego has already taken care of me, and it was already so I could see when I come out in the car, I should drive to work. I was angry with the other people around me. So today, the second thing I do is this. The first thing is, yes, I get one day more. The second thing is that I ask God to direct my thinking, and especially asking that it divorce me from self-pity, dishonest, and self-seeking motives. And it works. It really works. And I also ask God what I can do for him today. And for me, I have a living today that I didn't think I could get after all these years with the alcohol. I've been drinking for 39 years. And when I see back and I see what I have today, it can only be God's miracle. So some prayers, always. And when I've done my thing in the evening, I always have take what you call it in English, Father in heaven. I've done it in day 2 or 3 after I come back to Alcoholics Anonymous. In the end of step 11 said, it works, it really does. We alcoholics are undisciplined. So we let God discipline us in a simple way we have just outlined. But this is not all. There is action and more action. Faith without works is dead. And this chapter is entirely devoted to step 12. And for me, step 12 is it's 3 parts. I got the Swedish book. It's not very good. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we try to carry this message to the alcoholics and to practice these principles in our affairs. We start in the end to practice these principles in all our affairs. I use this program in my whole life today. I use it when I talk to other alcoholics. I use it when the principles when I work. I use the principle when I together with my family and friends. And someone says to me that you don't talk too much. No, it's because I don't have anything to say. In the earlier life, I talked all the time. It was me. It was me. It was me. And with love and tolerance and understanding today, I have get so many things. The real I can say that I have not really any problems today. Small problems, yes, and the bigger problems, they are the problems I do for myself. I do them by myself. The starting of chapter 7, working with others, practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message to other alcoholics. You can help when no one else can. You can secure the confidence when others fail. Remember, they are very real. Life will take a new meaning. To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow up about you, to have a host of friends. This is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss frequent contact with newcomers, and with each other is the bright spot of our lives. It's fantastic text. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps. I don't really know when my awakening comes, but I know I have experienced when I had for about 12 or 14 days after my last drink, and it must have been God, and but I didn't realize it then. It just took some time that I found out. I think I was somewhere fourth or fifth step. I found out that my obsession was gone. My obsession for alcohol was gone. It wasn't there. And carry the message to alcoholics. Yes. I try to help other alcoholics, suffering alcoholics, as I can. I think my phone is ringing 1, 2, 3 times a day. Someone is people who had started doing the steps and will come back, but because they have the relapses in 3rd steps, 9 steps, and I try to do the best I can, but sometimes they got it, and sometimes they don't. And I know I used to say to them that you have to be willing, otherwise I can't help you. If I talk to a newcomer in my telephone, and he asks me to be a sponsor, and I always say, call me back tomorrow, because it's the first thing I want to see if they are willing to do the program. It's often be that they give me a mess. Oh, I can't do it today. Can we wait tomorrow? And then I don't take it. Maybe I get them a second chance, but not more. Then they have to go out and find the body. I want to talk more, but I feel that I'm empty. But I want to end with something our friend Dr. Bob said. and his last speech in Cleveland, 1950, he said like this: "There are 2 or 3 things that flashed into my mind on which it would be fitting to lay a little emphasis. One is the simplicity of our program. Let's not lose it all up with Freudian complex and things that are interesting to scientific mind, but have very little to do with our actual AA work. Our 12 steps, when summoned down to the last, resolve themselves into the words love and service. We understand what love is, we understand what service is, so let's bear those 2 things in mind. Let us also remember to guard the erring member, the tongue, and if we must use it, let's use it with kindness and consideration and tolerance. And one more thing, none of us would be here today if somebody hadn't taken the time to explain things to us, to give us a little pat on the back, to take us to a meeting or 2, to do numerous little kind of thoughtful acts in our behalf. So let us never get such a degree of smug complacency that we're not willing to extend or attempt to extend to our less fortunate brothers that help which has been so beneficial to us. I love you all. Thank you very much.